Hello everybody, Jeff Knox, broker and owner of the Dallas Real Estate Store. And today I want to talk to you about these free Frisco Chase at Stonebriar sales reports. Alright, this says that they're insider realtor information, and they are. So if you're interested in one, you can click here to order now. One thing I want to point out before we get into these sales reports, if you're looking for current listings, okay, these sales reports are history of sales within Chase at Stonebriar. But these current listings, all right, you will see down here, and currently as we make the video, there are two current listings. So if you're interested in, let's say, this first one, you go ahead and click on the first one, and it's going to take you to the page specifically designed for this listing, and it's going to showcase the listing. All right, so at Braemar Drive, 5557 Braemar, and it's going to pull up the listing, and it's going to auto-populate with all the current pictures of this listing at 5557 Braemar. Now, when it does that, it's going to show you every photograph of the listing, and you can simply click on them to scroll through. This one has a virtual tour. You can also do a photo slideshow. All right, but as you wish, you can click through these pictures to see the listings. It's also going to show you a map of where the property is. As you scroll down, it's going to show you all the details. So as you go down on the listing, you get more and more details. Also says that there's an open house coming up on this on 10/13, so this coming weekend from 2 to 4. So that's kind of an added advantage that you can see. Now, one thing, if you have any questions or want to request a showing on a current listing, you can choose one of these options and get in touch with us immediately. One last thing on this page is you can unlock exclusive data by registering and unlocking now. It gives you access to the original list price, price history, days on market, and more. But again, the thing I really want to talk to you about, we're going to go back to the Chase at Stonebriar page. The one thing I really want to talk to you about is ordering these exclusive reports down here. Alright, so if you're interested in ordering these reports, you can simply click right here. Now, this is going to take you to a registration page. And what that registration page is going to do is basically explain to you what you're going to get when you order these reports. And when you order these reports, okay, they're exactly as they say. They're free Frisco, Texas recent sales reports. And let me just kind of point some things out to you. This report could literally save you thousands by knowing at what price neighborhood homes are selling before making any offers. Now, the reason we say that is this. If you are a buyer and you've not gotten this type of report from the agent you're working with currently, or you don't have an agent working with you, this type of report is going to tell you exactly price per square foot, where homes are selling, and where they've been selling most recently. Okay, so let me give you an example. Let's say that you are driving around and you're a buyer, and maybe it's you and your wife, and you're driving around on the weekend and you see a property that you like. Okay, you take a flyer, and what you see is this property has such and such, and granite and stainless steel, etc. What you're also going to notice is the price per square foot. And that's one thing that appraisers and real estate agents and professionals in the real estate industry really look at, is the price per square foot. And that's how we measure comps, and what a home is worth is by the price per square foot. So let's say that you take the flyer from property A, and property A you and your wife really like, and the price per square foot they're asking is $120 a square foot, right? Well, without this type of report, okay, this report is going to break down the price per square foot of every home sold recently within Chase at Stonebriar. So let's say you get the Chase at Stonebriar report and you see that, again, these are imaginary numbers. Let's say that you see that homes over there are selling at $100 per square foot, and that's really the average, is $100 per square foot over there. Well, you could easily, without doing your due diligence and homework, you could easily overpay, negotiate with the buyer. Let's say you negotiate the seller. Let's say you negotiate the seller of property A down to something that's equal to $115 a square foot, whereas every other house in that subdivision, educated buyers have only paid $100 a square foot. Okay, with that $15 per square foot difference, that could cost you thousands and thousands of dollars and could be a costly mistake. Plus, when you turn around and resell it, if you've overpaid, it's going to take you longer to make that gap up, right? Because you're going to have to wait for the market to go up and up and up to where you actually paid and overpaid for a property. So really, this report can save you thousands, all right? I can't stress that enough. Now, the second thing it says is you cannot get this type of report on your own without holding a real estate license, and nobody other than a licensed realtor can give you this type of information. Not Trulia, not Zillow, and not Realtor.com. And the reason that Trulia, or neither Trulia nor Zillow nor Realtor.com has this type of information is this. These sites, these big box, big name sites, basically pull a feed from our MLS, and it's what would be called an open feed. Okay, so they're getting their information on an open feed. So their search results are basically like any other search or any other website that you're going to find out there geared toward a specific real estate area. Okay, they only get what would be called the open feed. All right, there are literally hundreds of tools on what we'd call the back end of our MLS that only licensed realtors and brokers have access to. So since Trulia and Zillow and Realtor.com are not they're not actually licensed agents within our association, they don't have access to these tools. All right. So again, you're not going to get this type of information from Trulia, Zillow, or Realtor.com. Now, what you get when you order: one, you're going to get the free recent Frisco home sales history report that's over 100 pages, and it's going to include comps and sales prices for every Frisco home in every Frisco subdivision. Right now there are 90 plus Frisco subdivisions. And the reason that we do this, I know specifically you're looking at Chase at Stonebriar. I know that. But what we've found is over the years, buyers will get online or look at properties in several different subdivisions. They may not have narrowed down their choices yet. So while you like Chase at Stonebriar or a specific property in Chase at Stonebriar, you might also be looking at one in Newman Village. You might be looking at another one in Heather Ridge. You might be looking at one in Christie Ranch. You might be looking at one at Starwood. So this report, okay, is only going to make you register one time on our website, right? It's going to cut down you having to jump and bounce around on our website to try and find subdivisions and try and order the proper reports. It's going to get you everything in one. So while you like Chase at Stonebriar, my guess is if you're just starting your home search, you probably haven't said, I only want to live in Chase at Stonebriar. Maybe you have, or maybe you're to the point where you've narrowed it down, and that's great. But this report's going to give you every subdivision, so you don't have to, again, bounce around and try and remember what reports you ordered. Secondly, as a bonus, okay, you're also going to get the free Do Not Miss Frisco Schools ISD report as a thank you for ordering. Now, this report is over 80 pages of just stats and data and reviews and scores and percentages from the top experts on education in the state of Texas. And another thing that we hear all the time is parents are very concerned about their children's education, and rightfully so. And so when they're spending a big chunk of money on a home, probably the top criteria of almost every buyer is, I want in a good school, and I want a school that's performing, and I want a school that's doing well and is ranked well. Well, with this report, you'll see every school, and you'll see every single score from experts around the state of Texas. Okay, third, this is the only place we know of on the web where you can get this type of information for free, 24 hours a day, 7 days per week, 365 days a year, within seconds of registration. Now, when we set these reports up, we did it with a lot of thought before we just threw these things out there. So what we did is we created an automated Gmail account. So when you register, okay, and you fill this form out below, and you do the CAPTCHA, right, you hit send. Now, one thing I want to point out is you do have to use a valid email address, otherwise you don't get the reports delivered. So when you do that, okay, it's automatically going to feed to your email. Once you hit this submit, or the send, you'll get a message that says congratulations or thank you for registering, your reports are on the way. You can literally go and check your email and the reports will probably be there. If not, they'll be there within seconds, and if they're not there within seconds, check your spam because they're somewhere over there. Alright, so you're going to get these emails 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. Could be 2 in the morning, could be midnight, could be Christmas Day, doesn't matter. The great thing is you don't have to wait for our agents to be in the office. You don't have to wait for a manual reply. Okay, you get these things 24 hours a day, 7 days per week, 365 days a year. So you'll see the most recent home sales in Chase at Stonebriar and every other Frisco subdivision by ordering this report. If that sounds good to you, go ahead and fill out the form and submit it. All right, but right now I'm going to walk you through a sample report. So if you want to see a sample report and a little bit of explanation, stay with us for a minute. Okay? So we're going to click on this sample report. All right, it's going to open in a new window. And the first thing you're going to see when the sample report pops up is that this is from us. This is our letterhead. All right, so this is from the Dallas Real Estate Store. And it is what it says: Frisco, Texas Full Subdivision Sales Report 2013, Full Realtor Edition. Now, when we put this sample report together, okay, it's not the full package. All right, you'd have to actually register to get the most recent package. So we didn't want to keep updating sample videos over time, but the reports do keep up. Okay, the freshest report will be loaded, so you will get that when you register. Now, I want to show you some things. All right, and I know you're looking for Chase at Stonebriar, and I promise the Chase at Stonebriar report is in the full package. All right, but we've taken a few. Okay, this is Arbors at Willow Bay, and maybe you're looking at homes at Arbors at Willow Bay too, so this might be beneficial to you. All right, again, this is from 2012. It is a sample report. All right, so it's going to tell you the address of the property that's sold. Obviously, the city is Frisco. Bedrooms, bathrooms, garage spaces, covered parking, total covered parking, square footage of the property, the year it was constructed, did it have a pool, current days on market prior to getting an offer. And that's a good number to see because I want to point one out. Although I know nothing about this Tahoe Lane listing, I do know that it's set on the market for 109 days, which seems pretty high compared to these others. In fact, here's one that's set for 130. Okay, and what you're going to see is this one started at 279.9, ended up for selling for 261. So these days on market are generally an indicator that the seller was probably priced a little bit too high to begin with. So that's a little bit of free tip when you look at these things. If you're a seller and you're looking at these reports and you're kind of wondering, what is my property worth? This will give you a good idea, all right, as to where you're going to price it and how long it would sit on the market potentially. So this one that said 130 days started at 298.9 and it went for 263. So my guess is there were a price reduction or several price reductions in there that finally got it down to a sales price of 263,620. This will tell you when it sold, okay, the sold date, price per square foot that the property got, and the eventual sales price, right? So down here is going to be an average, okay? And these are cool little numbers because it kind of takes all this information up top into account and condenses it for you. And it tells you the number of properties that sold on this sample report in Arbors at Willow Bay. Okay, they were 11 properties, and they sold for an average price per square foot, $97.98. Now, as we scroll down, I want to show you a couple other examples. This right here is something to really take notice of. Okay, this address, this web address, is directly to our MLS system. It's NETRIS, North Texas Real Estate Information Systems. That's what NETRIS stands for. All right, so you can see that these reports come directly from our MLS. They don't come from Trulia.com. They don't come from Zillow. They don't come from Realtor.com. Remember, I told you they don't have access to this type of information, and they truly don't. All right, so here's one, a subdivision. I want to show you some more subdivisions. Heather Ridge. Okay, this one's from Heather Ridge. In the data that we collected running this report, 35 properties sold at an average of $92.09 per square foot. Now, there's a little bit more to it than just saying, well, the average is $92.09, so that's what it's worth. A realtor, broker, appraiser will look at the number of bedrooms, they'll look at the number of bathrooms. They will take these raw numbers, okay, even though they're great numbers, and they're a great place for seller and buyers to start. I can't tell you how great this report is, and you're getting it for free. But what realtors will do and appraisers will do is they'll say, okay, we want a 5-bedroom because that's what you're interested in. So we take this one, and we take this one, and we take this one. And we might even throw that one in because it's a 5-bedroom, 3 full, 1 half. And the subject property we're looking at has 3 car garage. So there's a 3-car garage. This one only had a 2-car garage, so we throw that out. This one had a 3-car garage right here. Okay, 5, 4, 3-car garage. So they will also narrow it down by square foot, and all those will go into a formula to figure out exactly what they think you should pay or you should ask for your home when you list it or pay for the home you're looking at. Okay, but these are great numbers to begin with. So again, Heather Ridge, it's going to show you the same stuff it showed you up above. Here are those cool little numbers at the bottom where it kind of condenses everything. Again, $92.09 per square foot for Heather Ridge last year. And That again is coming from our MLS. Now here's one for Shattuck Creek, and Shattuck Creek's an expensive subdivision in Frisco. Well, so many properties sold in Shattuck Creek last year that there were 2 pages. All right, we only included one because this is a sample report. In the full deal, you get every single page for every single subdivision, including Chase and Stonebriar, and I know that's what you're looking for. Okay, here's page 1 of 2. This is all the information that sold in Shattuck Creek, and then the second page was not included. All right, here's one for Starwood. Page 1 of 2. I mean, you get all this information for free. So if you're really serious, if you're really serious about buying and selling, a fantastic place to start for free, right? You get these reports within seconds. Here's one for the trails. Last one I'm going to show you. Page 1 of 3. So many properties sold in the trails that needed 3 pages. Again, you get all that information free. So register if you're interested. Really, seriously, register. All right. So let's click out of this, okay? And let's go back to the registration page. Again, come down here to the registration page, enter your name, enter your email. Frisco Reports is already there as a subject because that'll automatically prompt our automatic reply. Okay, any additional messages, fill out the CAPTCHA, hit send, your reports are on your way. If there's anything else we can help you with, if you want an additional report or you want to narrow those comps down a little bit, call us. We're here to talk to you about Chase and Stonebriar in Frisco. 972-342-0000. 972-342-0000. You can even see our phone right there. It's on every page, or you can hit the contact, and it'll be there as well. I'm Jeff Knox, broker and owner of the Dallas Real Estate Store. Take care.